Well, good morning. It is 8:30, December 26th, 2024. I am your host, Jared Malat. This is Justice's Waiting Room, and we are still waiting. Morning. Let everybody get in here. Starting off with an ad. This is a free ad for Bop Tarts. Okay? For all you wondering, hey, is Ghetto Gastro real? Okay? Is Ghetto Gastro real? Yes. So if you're on TikTok and you see ads for that, pick up a variety pack. If you grew up on Pop Tarts or toaster strudels, if you if you want to put something hot in your mouth for breakfast that doesn't require you to wait in line somewhere, that you can just throw in the toaster or the microwave, I guess. Uh, Black owned pastries. Okay. Um, this this is a strawberry Bop Tart. Okay. I don't know if you can hear the crunch. Dead ass though. Yeah. Super crunchy, gooey center. And let me explain this. This strawberry Pop Tart is fucking strawberry in essence. Like you understand, like when you take a deep breath and you're like, that is fucking strawberry. And then it's got a gooey center and it's fucking strawberry jam. And like when you masticate it, like when you break down the crispy part and then you kind of mix in the gooey part, the way it tastes is fucking perfect. So I'm a the whole ad. That's it. That's it. I never eat. They ain't paying me. I'm paying them. I'm literally paying them to talk about them positively. I'm a whore. I'm horrible. Okay. Okay. But I wanted you to know. I wanted to ease your mind. I eat food. I eat food. Inspired. The same food that you see on here and you're like, oh, that shit's for sale. Try it. Try it. I got two words for you. Chocolate raspberry. That's it. That's it. Chocolate raspberry Pop Tart for breakfast. 210 calories. You only need one of these, and it's like a solid breakfast that you're like, I'm glad I ate that. Like, if anything else fucking happens today, shit goes off the rails. This goddamn Pop Tart was worth waking up for. And like, I get it. There ain't a lot going on worth waking up for nowadays. This shit's fucking gas. Okay? So there's 63 people in here. I better be getting a kickback, bitches. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Ghetto Gastro's fucking Bop Tarts are legit. Okay? We'll let everybody file in, take a seat. It's going to be the day. Okay? So, yes, I'm totally. Yeah, the brown. Hey, brown sugar and cinnamon. That's my wife. Like when we get our order of Ghetto Gastro, my wife is like, "Don't fucking touch those." Yes. Yeah. Here's the thing. I made this joke the other day. Uh, yeah. I was telling my wife last night, without running my furnace on Christmas Eve, it was 65 degrees in the house. That's not bad. It's also been unseasonably warm. So like I know everybody's super empathetic, and I appreciate that. But like, I'm not suffering. It's a couple degrees cooler in here than it would normally be. Okay. There is a ceramic space heater in the other room that's just like maintaining the temperature in the largest area of the house. And keep this in mind, my furnace is not broken. Furnace isn't broken. I've taken it apart, and I got to the part where I need to take out a very heavy piece. Right. Yeah. I've gotten to the part where I got to take out a big heavy piece, and the worst part about it is not only is it too heavy for me to lift by myself, but I need to like get underneath it because it's a blower housing and it goes up like this, and I need to see if there's a bag caught in that thing. And then I need to set that down, and I basically got to put my body in my furnace and see if it's down there below it, that where that blower is. So for the record, the reason I didn't just have someone come out to my house is that I worked for an HVAC company. And I know people are like, it's super scumbaggish, Jared. I can't believe that shit. But I had a buddy of mine that's a technician that told me if if you have a technician come out this time of year and your system's like 10 years old, they're gonna demand that you just replace the shit. And they're gonna say, I don't have time to do this. I got a new system for your house on my truck. I can install it. This is what it costs. It takes the least amount of time. It's the most cost effective. And the thing about it is, it's really good for sales. It increases the average ticket for a technician by like $1,500. They're gonna get a bonus. They're gonna get to keep their fucking job. So understand that I'm like empathetic to the worker, and I understand the system. So when you're empathetic to the worker, understand the system, you know what's gonna happen. I do. Oh, so I have a buddy that said if you can't get someone to come help you by this weekend, I'm flying up from South Carolina. And then my brother-in-law, I talked to him yesterday, and he would have come out on the night I had a no heat, but he was already being used. He was at my aunt's house replacing her sink. So when I saw him on Christmas, he like hugged me and he's like, "Hey, I wasn't ignoring you." And he said, "I worked a full day and then had to go over to Penny's and put in a new sink." And I said, I don't feel bad at all. I'm not mad at anyone. For the record, I'm not upset. I'm upset. 100,000 on my head is disrespect. Anyway, so as we get rolling here, there's like 100 people in here. Good morning. I have some fucking shit to talk about, but I'm trying to weed out the bullshit. So what I've realized is there are people that don't care about me, and I'm gonna take care of that. So every morning when I get on here, we're gonna finish our breakfast together. We're just gonna chill. Vibes are cool. Like we're just cool. I'm not ramming anything down your throat right now. We're just cool. But I'm trying to weed out those impatient people that don't care about me, that are here to steal from me. We're gonna fuck with your time. That's what we're gonna do. So the people that do care about me, that are just here to hang out with me, we're just vibing. Savvy? If I get a single fucking comment, where's the fucking news? Block them. That is not a loyal person. That person don't care about this community, don't care about us. They're here to steal. That's how this is going to work from now the fuck on. You want to play fuck games? Y'all don't understand who you fucking with. I promise I fuck harder. I promise. I got thieves in my midst. And besides, you have a song to listen to. Remember? Don't you have a song to listen to? And after you listen to it, then you can come back and ask me for the news? Isn't that how this works? That? Morning. 5 people on my YouTube. I'm just finishing my breakfast right now, actually. What is going on? Okay, well, that's frustrating. Here's your music. Okay. Um, Tio said, "Did you see the Christmas message from Kamal and Doug?" I did. She looked fucking tired. Every morning, Justice's waiting room starts on uh, Edwin Starr's War. Okay. So instead of jamming it down your throat and like, here, listen to this. I just put the link in the comments, dude. Like, if you want to like click that and go watch the original music video, yeah, she looked tired. Absolutely nothing. Whoa. God, y'all. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Wow. Mm-mm. Austin Bangs said, Army veteran here. How do you feel about H-1B visas and the Twitter drama going on with the right? Well, brother, I would tell you, first of all, thank you for your fucking service. And if you don't get your ass off of Twitter, I'm going to kick it. You understand me? Get the fuck off of Twitter. As of January 1, 2025, everything you post on Twitter is owned by Twitter. And again, people been telling me, oh, you better be careful on TikTok. Oh, you better be careful on TikTok. Here, I have undergone greater suppression of free speech under Twitter rule as Elon Musk took over than any other fucking platforms. Okay, so hey, it's time to get the fuck out of Twitter as of January 1. Savvy? No questions asked. I only lurk right now. Okay? I used to be very active. Okay? Yeah. Mass censorship. So I'll do you a solid, all right? I'm gonna go look up H1B and see what the fuck that is. Wow. Okay. So the question was, how do I feel about H-1B visas? So I am a firm believer in that the country in which I love has committed a great atrocity over the course of my lifetime, and hundreds of years before, and yeah, it's pretty sad. It will. I mean, hey, for the record, I blocked Gia Prism, I blocked CJ, and I blocked Raw. And I think the quality of my content is so much fucking higher than the work that they're putting out that not only can they no longer steal it because they have to be given it, right? Like somebody has to come into my live, sit through all the first like bullshit that we sit through just to get it going, get the numbers. I mean, there's 130 fucking people in here, okay? Um, but one of the things I can't do is I'm not gonna be bullied. You ain't bullying me. Okay, okay. So good morning. But what is happening? Okay, what is happening? Yep. What is happening? Is that I am taking precautions to safeguard my sanity. I I don't want to lose my mind. Good morning, Emmy. I don't want to lose my mind feeling like I got to look over my shoulder all the time. Okay? So what I did is I blocked those accounts because they're working together. And one of the things that is happening is called people are not being honest with you. They are being reticent, which means Gia Prism, who in her latest video mentions CJ and Raw but does not mention me, also says that she only talks about them because they tag her in their work. Okay. So what I notice and what I know is that I wake up at 4 a.m. Eastern when my wife does. We are part of the 4 a.m. club. This ain't no psychic shit. This ain't no tarot card reading shit. This is my country is under fucking attack of shit. Okay? So I'm up at 4 a.m. My wife is out the door by 6. I'm rolling around with the dogs, trying to wake up, reading what's going on the news, okay? Wake up 4 minutes to, because your fucking country's under attack. You're in a war. You just don't. I'm participating in the information war. Okay. So it was like realizing that the siege upon your government was complete, right? So since then, I've just been looking for the truth. I just want to know what's going on. And for a long time, for the record, we've been chasing fucking breadcrumbs, and I think I got a whole ass morsel. I think I really got some for y'all. I think I really got some for y'all. For the record, listen to me. There's 122 of you in here right now. It's like 5 or 6 people online. You got to make sure that you like this shit, share this shit. Make sure you're following me. Okay? I'm a few hundred followers away from like finalizing the contract to join the Creators Club. Okay? So I'm in range. I should hit that today. Okay? I signed hey, for the record, I want to make it fucking known I didn't lie on purpose, but I did get the creator fund like, do you want to do this? Thing, and I signed that already. Okay? Pony Boy said, "What's your thought on the drones?" Government. Okay? But somebody asked about H1B. Okay? And here's what I'll tell you about immigration. Okay? Somebody asked me about, honestly, how do you feel about H1B? We're talking about immigration, visas and shit. Okay? And let me explain this. If if you're committed to unmitigated capitalism and the destruction of our environment, and people from all over the world are like, I'm going to the United States and I'm going to try to live out my life in the US before this all goes to shit. So that everyone knows, I understand that I live where everyone wants to be. I get it. Everyone wants to be in the United States. Why? Because in the heartland of the United States is a lot of empty land. There's nothing going on there. And people that have never had land, but they know what to do, could immigrate here and make use of that land. Especially as the Great Plains over the United States becomes less farmable over time, and all these white boys don't have no fucking clue how to fix their soil. But I'm willing to bet these people that have had fucking nothing their entire goddamn lives, I bet you they can move into that farm and figure that shit out. So when you ask me, what do I think about immigration? I hope I hope it's shoulder to shoulder the rest of my life. I hope every person that has ever dealt with an oil spill destroying your fucking homeland, and it was the United States that sunk the fucking tanker, I think that you should get to live here. If we warred on your land and killed your men and your fucking children and your women, I think you should get to live. I think you should fucking live here. And as capitalism continues to wage war upon the poor are gonna rise up. So when you ask me, hey man, how do you feel about the adjuster? Have you ever seen Fight Club? Do you understand that for generations of kids, the government don't work, Justice Department don't work, the education system don't work, the legal system don't work, work sucks. I wouldn't even be worried about Luigi. Yeah. The second largest employer in the United States just expanded its strike. That's Amazon. For the record, one of the things that you can do to fight this is start shopping local. And here's what's great about shopping local. When you start shopping local, you're going to meet a lot of immigrants, and that's going to change how you feel about immigrants on the whole. You want every person on your side, like wearing the America patch, you know what I mean? Still fucking with this, as long as you fucking can, because there are people in this world that are dead set against its destruction. And I happen to believe we are turning the corner from a colonial superpower hell-bent on imperialism and capitalism. We are turning the fucking corner on it. And I know it doesn't feel like it. I know it doesn't feel like it right now. I know that since election night, y'all have been fucking trying to find it. I found it. I have it. I'm taking my sweet fucking time getting there. And if you don't like it, it's because you're stealing from me. Okay? I live in a city, shop local, and it still doesn't change my mind about criminal immigrants. Well, given that immigrants commit, on the whole, a lower percentage of on average crime than their white counterparts, your assertion is racist, okay? And not based on facts. And one of the things that you won't do is you won't come into my live and lie on my people. Do you understand? We are all immigrants. We are a nation of immigrants. I just want people on my team here. You fuck with me. You fuck with the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights and shit. You don't want to take rights away. You want to like be progressive. You want more people to like, you know what I mean? You want everyone to have healthcare, education, income, and housing. You want the best of the world to come here. Okay? I want the best people here. And I can promise you the people that are willing to immigrate to the United States are some of the best people. Yeah, some of them commit some crime, okay? Some immigrants commit some crime. But on the whole, immigrants commit a lower percentage of crime than their white counterparts. And if that's not just like part of your knowledge base, you're just a racist, and you need to settle with that. Like settle with that. Stop being so goddamn dense. Actually, racism's fucking stupid. I don't know. I should say that like more often. Racism is goddamn dumb. Cool. And then here's what I do. Okay. When I wake up in the morning, like I said, my phone, I don't wake up to an alarm. Okay, I don't need to do that shit. I'm laying in the bed with my wife and our dogs, right? And I'll raise up and get my phone, and I'll like check the email, like see if I got anything, whatever. And then I usually go, because I don't use Twitter, right? And so if you're on social media and you don't use Twitter, and I don't use Facebook anymore. So if you're wondering, like, can we connect on Facebook? No, We can't. Don't add me on Facebook. I don't actually feel like I know anyone well enough that I've met off TikTok to add me on Facebook. Like, I don't know you like that. Okay. Um, and I also don't use it like that. Okay. So every morning I'm gonna get on Reddit between like 4 and 5 a.m. Okay. Most people are still in bed. Lady with no head said all the immigrants I know have more integrity than a lot of Americans I met. And here's the thing about being an immigrant to the United States. You got to pass a citizenship test that I'm willing to bet most white people couldn't pass. Especially if you went through public education and you have no college degree. An immigrant to the United States knows more about the United States than the average white person. Because they had to study a fucking new language, by the way. I imagine they make concessions for language. So you probably don't have to speak English to emigrate. But yeah, they make concessions for being a non-English speaker. But it's not an easy fucking test. In fact, I've taken it. It's not fucking easy. Okay, it's actually one of the harder tests. It's like a shock. Like when you go to, you're like, it can't be that big of a fucking deal. Like, good luck. Okay. Yeah, do it the right way. And that's the thing. People are not illegally immigrating here. Okay? And if you're upset about immigrants and the number one immigrant that you are upset at is not Elon Musk, you're a fuckboy. That's the thing. So if you're worried about immigrants and it doesn't go like fucking Elon Musk, David Sachs, Peter Thiel, you understand? Like, if these aren't the immigrants that you're fucking worried about, you're just a racist. You understand? Because like those people are from South Africa, and because they're white, they just have gotten a pass. Okay, and the thing about it is, if Elon and fucking Peter Thiel and if they were black, they would have been lynched. Tell me I'm wrong. Like if Wesley Hunt did what Elon Musk did, dude, his entrails would be all over Washington Plaza. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Ask me how I know. I've met rich black people who are still afraid for their life. So, just because they're black, they got fucking money, that doesn't change shit for them. People still look at them when they're pumping gas and are like, N-word. You know what I mean? Like, that's just fucking true. They don't ever go away. Okay? Immigrants are taking Trump's job. That is funny, J2. Diddy? Well, Diddy's connected to Epstein, who's connected to Trump, so that would be why there's 9 state attorneys on that Diddy case. So y'all keep talking about Diddy. Y'all keep talking about Diddy. Oh, you do have to pass physical therapist immigrants that come here to work a professional job have to pass an English test. So think about that. If you meet someone that's a physical therapist and they have a strong English accent, they had to pass a citizenship test and an English test to come work here. Hope they include that in the arrest. You know what I've learned? Don't ever read the comments. Like, don't read the comments. If you are in my chat, don't even fucking read the comments. Like, don't. I drove Trump and I drove him to this place. I have no idea what is happening. Yeah, don't read the comments. So I was doing my Jesus Christ. I was doing my little ditty, right? What I do in the morning, right? And I go like world news. I go our news, our politics on Reddit. Okay. I know the people in my comments fighting other people for lying in my comments. So, oh shit. Yeah, so on Something Is Wrong 2024, okay? And yes, I saw Trump's message on fucking Christmas, okay? No, Colleen, they were a gift. Even better. Okay? So, where is it at? Okay, so I see from 8 hours ago, okay, this, and I'm going to post it in the comments. Okay, here we are. It is 9 a.m., so we waited a half hour before we touched a news subject. You steal my content and I'm going to take your time. So I know the audience is like, wait, is he taking this out on us? No, I'm taking it out on people that are stealing from me. So here's the first link of the day. My first TikTok of the day. Okay. So when you go back and you watch my TikToks from this morning, notice that there are now timestamps in the comments, and I'm gonna tighten security. I'm gonna start blocking people that are stealing from me. I'm gonna make you have to work really hard to see my content. Okay. First thing I see, Biden and Harris schedules for today. So before anyone asks, okay, Kamala. I'm not answering questions right now. But how are they stealing from me? I'm up at 4 a.m. Post my first TikTok before 7 a.m. and they're 2 hours behind me, talking about the same topic as me, and not citing me as first to report, or citing my sources. And what they've done is they've started to backtrack and band together. And instead of just being like, we stole, we're sorry, we should have a relationship and work together, because clearly I'm the first one to actually like put out content every single day. I should get the nod because I'm up early, hardworking and shit. And here's the thing: the reason that they're doing it is because I'm not being paid yet. So understand, people with much bigger accounts than me who get paid for every like, every comment, every share are coming onto my lives and into my content in the morning and stealing the premise. And they're not doing the research. They're not including the sources like I do. Okay? And what they've decided to do, instead of fess up, okay, instead of just be like, hey Jared, we just wanted to reach out before this gets ugly, and we want to say we're sorry, and we want to work together, and we don't want no problems. Instead of doing that, what they decided to do is band together and bully. And as I've said, I blocked them. I have no intentions of interacting with any of those people. And I'm going to go out of my way to fuck with your work. Okay? Yeah. I'm going to make sure that I fuck with your time. I'm going to make sure you got to fucking sit there pen in hand ready to fucking take and there's dick for you. That's what I want to make sure happens. So I'm going to fuck with your time. Okay? And y'all don't care because you like me. You just like being here with me. You don't care what we're doing. Okay? So I see Biden and Kamala Harris's schedules. Okay. For the record, Kamala Harris is in Washington, D.C. and has no public events scheduled today. Okay. And then Joe Biden and the First Lady, they are have departed the White House en route to Joint Base Andrews. And then they were going to fly. Nope. They're going to fly to St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and they will land about 12:45. Okay. No. So James Blackman says, wait a minute. She never made it to LAX. No. Kamala Harris did not go home for the holidays. She's been in Washington, D.C. since she rushed back on the 20th, about 6:24 p.m. Eastern, and has not left the White House since. So for everyone looking for evidence why there might be something going on, that are like, okay, so outside of, because here's what people that are brainwashed will do. People that are brainwashed, the first thing they're gonna say is like, she's being a sore loser. She's at the White House packing her shit or whatever. Okay. I can understand that. And people are gonna say Joe Biden had to take a fucking break after signing those 50 bills on Christmas Eve. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay. That would be really interesting. Okay. People are acting as if this shit's over and there's nothing we can do. And I beg to fucking differ. I beg to fucking differ. I am not a lawyer. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay? And I'm a homeowner. So no, I did not sleep in a Holiday Inn Express last night. So no, I didn't just like become this. Okay? I'm just kind of able to put two and two together. So make sure you like this shit, share this shit, follow me. I am a couple hundred people away from 10,000 followers. That enables the Creator Fund. That means all my content makes me money from now on. Okay? Deborah asked, why did Biden veto additional judges' bills if they're going to ask for a recount? Well, those aren't connected questions because the election is happening in this administration. So a recount would have to happen in this administration. And then what was the other half of that question? The additional judges. The additional judges wouldn't go into effect until the next administration. And the comment from Joe Biden about no, actually, run fast. No, actually, no. Actually, no. I am definitely not pro-Israel. No. Nope. No. No. Free Palestine. Actually. Yeah. Free Palestine. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. Free Palestine. Okay. You're gonna have to specify the why before you get your shit blocked. But yeah. So Kamala Harris still in Washington D.C. and Joe Biden and the First Lady are on their way to St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay. So the reason. And just randomly saying shit in my comment. Like I said, can never read the fucking comments. Just don't fucking read it. Okay? So people are gonna ask, why is this going on? Okay? And here's what also I want you to know. Okay? When I go to archives.gov and I looked at the Electoral College, Cyan Traveler says Free Palestine from the river to the sea. Absolutely. Okay. So if you go to archives.gov and you look, you can see for yourself that neither Connecticut did certify. Pennsylvania did finally certify. A day late, they certified. Okay? So, by the way, that happened between me seeing that they hadn't before I went live and now. So just so everyone knows, the 2024 U.S. elections, all certificates of ascertainment have been turned in. Now it's a crime. Okay? So, now that we can talk about what else is going on in the world, Jared, I find this thing. Somebody posted somebody posted this and says, hey, looks like some changes were made to the Federal Register. And fucking no. Nope. So, a couple hundred people in here. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Make sure that you get 8 hours of sleep a night. Okay, I know Alasia can't fucking wait. She's like, no, just tell me. Get 8 hours of sleep a night. Make sure that you drink water. Make sure that you eat right and exercise, and that you take care of yourself first. Okay. So before you get too excited, I'm trying to like pace us, right? Like I don't want to just like bomb, and you're like, oh my god, fuck, calm down. Okay. So after I see that Joe Biden and the First Lady are gone, they're going to St. Croix, I was like, it's not a vacation. It's not a vacation. I see this post about new findings on the Federal Register. And I'm like, what? I just was on the Federal Register last night, ladies. So while I have like 200 fucking people in here, hey! Yesterday, a birdie We're going to talk about it, CJ. Yesterday, a little birdie sent me some links, a YouTube video and 3 really high quality links. And they were like, you need to read this and you need to put out a piece of material on it and get the conversation started about women's reproductive rights. And so there is a fucking 17.5 minute video from like last night that you really need to watch. You need to copy and paste all the links. You need to watch the YouTube video in the comments from I think her name is Maria. She is the head of the Civil Rights Council for the Department of Health and Human Services, I think. She does a video breakdown of those pieces of material. Okay, register, Federal Register. I'm going to give you links to it. I'm just going to walk you into it slow. I'm not trying to walk you into a spike, okay? I'm trying to slow walk into this information because there are people stealing from me. Do you understand? So we're going to go very slow. I'm going to pace my fucking self. I'm eating breakfast on camera from now the fuck on. I'm going to make you waste your time if you're going to steal from me. And otherwise, we're just spending time together. And you understand that I'm not fucking lying to you? Every word out of my mouth, every fucking concrete thought is based on sourced material. That isn't bullshit. We're not bullshitting. We're not lying. We're not covering up. There's no reticence here. I am going to deliver candor to you. I'm going to tell you what's going on. And for those people saying nothing's fucking going on, their head is buried in the sand. I can't help that. It's called ostrich parasitic syndrome. So one of the things that I have learned in my lifetime from this is from Gad Saad. Okay, Gad Saad talks about the ostrich. And the ostrich can get a parasite in its fucking brain. And it makes it basically bury its head in the sand until it gets like eaten by a predator. Okay? That's how it fucking works. And then the parasite goes from the ostrich to the predator. Everybody understands how the world works now. So Anna helps, so can Kennedy, and yes. So that's why you don't want to be in the same room as RFK Jr. Yeah. So okay. So I do this video. Last night on women's reproductive rights. So every woman that I know that's premenopausal is like thinking about getting her tubes tied, thinking about moving out of the red state, thinking about canceling their insurance, all that shit, right? And and again, I'm not a doctor, not a lawyer, definitely not the person to take my word, but I did do some light reading, and I did make like a 17 fucking minute video last night about women's reproductive rights and how reproductiverights.org, you know what I mean? Like how these different organizations have made statements, and Joe Biden, the Biden-Harris administration issued a final rule April 25th, 2024. It went into effect, December 23rd. So 6 months later, it went into effect a few days ago. The final rule. You need to go watch that video, copy those links, bookmark those links, read those statements, understand your rights, know your rights. Understand that a federal right supersedes a state law. Say it with me. A federal right supersedes a state law. So one of the things that I can iterate, like how I can break down 5 fucking articles and break it down into a sentence and say what I'm telling you is I made a video explaining that Roe v. Wade got overturned, but the Biden-Harris administration did not fuck you over. They issued a final rule and gave healthcare companies 6 months to fix their policy. And basically, if your healthcare provider will cover reproductive health up to and including an abortion, if your doctor will treat you for reproductive health care up to and including an abortion, and those 2 things, it basically means like when the sheriff tries to get your medical records to prove you were on your way to get an abortion, HIPAA law now protects you, and he doesn't get that access. That can't be ever tried. So you will never see on TV in Texas some little girl, some little 16-year-old teen mom getting her shit dragged because of some officer. It ain't gonna happen. Okay, so I know everybody's like scared, and that's like the climate we live in, where people are just trying to scare you all the time. I made a video where I can't speak for you. I can't put feelings in your head or thoughts in your head, but I can show you the information and fucking read it to you. I didn't give you my thoughts on it. I just read the information like I need to build a policy position around this. I need to understand this. So I need to get it out and have you understand it and understand how important, like, what I do every day is not nearly as important as that video. Savvy? Like, when it all comes down to it, there are going to be pieces of mine that come out that are like markedly more important than anything I put out. Okay? Yeah, in healthcare. Thank you, Goofy Gal. That's literally what I was just talking about. I made a 17.5-minute video last night. It's the longest video I've made on this platform, okay, about women's reproductive rights. So after we get done here, you can go look, okay? But what I saw was, okay, I was like, well, I want to go to the Federal Register. I want to see this shit myself. Here's what I found. Today, so the same day that Joe Biden and the missus went to St. Croix, okay, this came out. If this doesn't raise some fucking eyebrows, where you go, wait a minute, what? So there's a Sunshine Act meeting scheduled today for January 9th. Open it, it'll be closed to the public. I'm good, Sophia. And then if you just click that link, federalregister.gov, and in there it takes you to US Code 52, Section 30109. Okay? So when my content gets stolen later today without anybody attributing it to me, understand that that takes you here. And here's the link. So the difference between me and everyone else's live or everyone else's content is you'll notice the learn tag on my live. So I know you're sitting in here wondering, why am I just posting information for you freely to go do your own research? Is because that's what the news should be doing. I should be telling you this is the news story. Here's the link to that information in case you want to go look for yourself. Okay? And when I go and I look at US Code 30109, it is a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of shit. Okay? But Title 52 is about voting in elections. So on January 9th, there's a Sunshine Act meeting in Washington, D.C. over Title 52, voting in elections. And under Section 30109, okay, under Section 2, okay, long story short, under 30109 Part A, Section 2, at the end of that, which is on the second column, it basically, here's what it says. The commission shall make an investigation of such alleged violation, which may include a field investigation or audit in accordance with the provisions of this section. So I don't ever want to be asked. I don't want to ever talk about a recount ever again in my life. Do you understand? I don't want to ever hear that word again. Don't ask me about a fucking recount. Stop commenting on my shit asking for a fucking recount. Do you understand? It ain't a recount. That ain't what this is. Investigation of such alleged violation, which may include a field investigation or audit. That's what we're looking for. Okay? And then under section 6A droit. Okay? 6A droit. Okay? So we're going to talk about this. Ah, shit, I can't copy and paste it. So, okay, I'm going to read it to you. Okay? Under 6A droit, if any determination of the Commission under Clause I occurs during the 45-day period immediately preceding any election, then the Commission shall attempt for a period of at least 15 days to correct or prevent the violation involved by the methods specified in Clause I. Okay. And I also want to point out, so I know people are like, we've been eating breadcrumbs this whole fucking time. Oh, have you? Well, bite on this sandwich. On January 3rd, the House has to elect a new speaker. Fit, Faithful, and 40 asked me if I was still crying over Donald Trump's win. And that's a healthy suck my motherfucking dick, bitch. But anyway. Yeah. We've been living on breadcrumbs, and now there's hard links to it. Okay? Okay? Yeah, it's always the people that claim to love God, right? That are Trump supporters. Yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't just ameliorate as soon as he walks into a church. And if you don't know what that means, damn. That was a good one. So, yeah, people have kind of been asking what's going on. So yeah, everybody asking me what's going on. Well, what's going on is that on January 3rd, okay, the House has to elect a new speaker. And right now, it's only 217 to 215, and that means that the Republicans do not have enough votes to get their speaker of choice elected. Okay? So that you understand, once you can't elect someone, you can't certify the election on January 6th. Okay? So when you can't elect a Speaker of the House, and you can't do that you can't certify the election on January 6th, and then there's this meeting about the election on the 9th. 369, damn, she's fine. What? Wait, sorry, Trump too? Yeah. Yeah. But they've only got, not all of us who love God agree with or voted for DJT. Gina, one of the things that I'm going to start telling every person that brings up God in my live podcast, I'm going to ask you to read Genesis chapter 3 and understand that God is the original deceiver. And then I challenge you to read the rest of your Holy Bible from the perspective that God is the original great deceiver. And then come back to me after you've read your whole Bible over again and talk to me about your God. You can have your faith, but I can make sure that I hold you accountable for that and say, are you willing to be cognizant about the fact that God lied first and never asked for forgiveness? Can you sleep knowing that you have faith in that? Can you read about Sodom and Gomorrah and understand that God never asked for forgiveness? And you would follow him anyway? You're no friend of mine. You get to choose your leadership. Did you guys see Russia? Yeah, it was like, okay. Did you guys see Russia is trying to downplay that how do you say that? Civilian, it was like a civilian jetliner. Okay. Yeah. So Marceau says, what if there's no speaker on the 3rd? If there's no speaker on the 3rd, there's no certification on the 6th, which means there's no inauguration on the 20th, which was the same thing as the voting spending bill, right? This is what happens when you're disorganized. Yeah. Devin said, I saw someone say it's not true till Russia denies it. Fucking facts. You have no authority, and I will serve my savior. Let's go look at your content. See what you're putting out. Oh, you don't even have a fucking bio. Yep. Jesus. So yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I posted that the Russian air defense was like denying like that they took down a civilian jetliner. Uh News about speaker today, they're going to remove Johnson. Jesus, idiots. Yeah, they need all the time they can get to get someone elected as speaker. Well, Lima Bean Queen information did come out. The President of the United States and the First Lady are on their way to St. Croix. Kamala Harris is still at the White House. And a sunshine meeting was scheduled today for January 9th, 2024 to discuss voting in the election. And that on January 3rd, the House has to elect a new Speaker of the House. And they're going to fail to do that because they don't have the votes to elect their Speaker of choice. And the Democrats have said we're in lockstep. That the Democrats are like, we want Hakeem Jeffries. So what is going to happen is either no Speaker gets elected, no certification on the 6th, or the Republicans are going to have to break with the or Republicans are going to have to break with the MAGA and elect a Democratic Speaker of the House. And they're fucking train wrecks, so don't be fucking surprised if you read it, if you hear it here first. Don't be surprised, okay? Don't ever come in my live and try to join it, okay? Okay, so very high likelihood here, I'm guessing. Yeah. That either no one gets elected or Hakeem Jeffries does. And understand that's like the beginning of the fucking end, right? If you give up control of the House and you get to have a speaker as the minority, okay? No, I'm saying like you're not electing a Republican speaker and the Democrats are going to be in lockstep. You know what I mean? You got a majority. You got to get the majority of the votes. Tell them what else is in 6. Uh, oh, what else is in the Virgin Islands? A lack of infrastructure. So he's safe, and you can restrict, uh, the airspace over the Virgin Islands if you went to like I don't know declare war or something. But the president's going to a safer place. If that was why you're asking why he's going to the Virgin Islands, they need to be like real far apart. Good morning. I like him too. He has the right iambic pentameter. People like it. U.S. territory and remote. So yeah, basically all the shit I've been talking is gonna come fucking true. TikTok mom, Washington D.C. Madam still at the White House. And she doesn't have any public events either. Somebody asked if Hakeem Jeffries is elected Speaker of the House, can the Speaker of the House refuse to certify the election? Let's ask. I think that they put rules in place that like their job's immaterial. Because like you need the election certified so you can fix it. Yeah, certifying the results of elections not optional. Okay. So but understand if you don't elect a Speaker of the House, you can't certify. No. Not if there's no Speaker of the House. But I think shit's like I said, we've been eating off breadcrumbs. Yes. Yeah, they did. They certified a day late and $1 short, Betsy. They I want to point this out, okay? And it doesn't mean anything. But what you can see in this link here for archives.gov, okay? Oh, these ain't breadcrumbs. This is January 3rd, the Republican-led House is going to fail to elect a speaker. On the 6th, there will be no certification of the election, and on the 9th, there is a sunshine meeting about voting and elections. Yeah, some meat. Yeah. Today, the President of the United States and First Lady are headed to the U.S. Virgin Islands. I believe that qualifies as like remote and a U.S. territory. And Kamala Harris is in Washington, D.C. That's a full week after. That's a full week in D.C. after rushing back from her vacation. So people are acting like ain't shit happening. Where's Dougie? Shit. Probably at home on a couch eating bonbons. That's what I be doing. All right. So, this is the Earth, round. That is a sweet Earth, you might say. Let's see here. But yeah, so if you had any questions about US Code 52 or Title 52, which is about voting in elections, and about how I don't want to ever hear another word. I don't want to ever hear another word about a recount. That isn't going to help us. So when people are like, they gave up, they didn't order recounts, they stopped a recount in Pennsylvania in the middle of a fucking recount. What do you think happened in the middle of that recount? Just take a stab. I want somebody to type it in the comments, friends. There's 200 of you. Why in the fuck would you stop? Why would you stop a recount and not order irregularities, baby? Exactly. Because you started finding some shit that doesn't have nothing to do with how many of them. Yeah, they found fraud me. Oh my god. Okay. Let me say this. Maybe I haven't said this like out loud. I've just like thought it. Maybe I've just thought it like this whole fucking time. You know she won, right? You understand that like this shit was not close. Like he cheated so bad and barely ass won. Like, here's the thing: if Donald Trump hadn't spent the last month of the election saying, "And we don't need your votes, we have all the votes we need," if he hadn't done that and cooled down, uh, I'm just talking about like the vibe. If he hadn't cooled down that last month, his margin of victory because he cheated would have been so fucking big. It would have been red flags everywhere. And so what what Elon did is for the record, if 50 and a half is the fucking number, but basically in the swing states, uh, there's what's called ballot drop off. Okay. And so we've kind of evolved in what we thought in the beginning and what we know now. It's called ballot drop off. Okay. I'm gonna explain it to you how she won or how he won. It appears that he won, but how she beat his ass. Okay. So the thought process is that Elon Musk had an app on his phone where he could inject ballots into areas that they were losing to try to make the races closer. And a lot of times you inject too many ballots, you win on accident, but you're going to be within a margin of error if you're tight on this. And for the record, he didn't get away with it. Okay, yeah, yeah. He said he was responsible for the swing states. Yes, he told Ken Paxton that the Texas AG. So obviously, it has something to do with programming and source code and da 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 da. But here's what it is. Normally, ballot drop off is between like 0.01 and 0.03%. And what ballot drop off is that's the difference between the number of votes for president and the number of votes for the down ballot candidates. Okay? And so what you typically see, yeah, he also told Joe Rogan. I don't know why it hid that, V. Um, but like you got to understand, fuck now, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, results hours before, yeah. Oh, ballot drop off. So normally there's not much ballot drop off for either party. Most people vote on the party line. So they're going to vote for the Republican president and all the Republican candidates down ballot. They're going to vote for a Democrat and all the Democrats down ballot. And in all 7 swing states, all 7 of them, Donald Trump got more than 1%, but it was on average, if I remember correctly, between like 3 and 7%. So there were some places it was 3, some places it was 5, some places it was like over 7 fucking percent. And it's like the math ain't mathin'. That don't ever fucking happen. And the thing about what happens is if you normalize drop off ballots, Kamala Harris wins 5 of 7 swing states, the election, and and I think they cheated all over the country. So it's like I showed you where they're having a sunshine meeting. I showed you in Title 52, which is what the meeting is over, that they have the ability to correct those ballots and fix it. That's what that meeting was. Sorry for not like spelling it out. Regulator, so what's going to happen from here? Anything? Jesus fucking Christ on a bike. So the president of the United States and the first lady are on their way to the U.S. Virgin Islands. I think that's fucking newsworthy, sir. And then also on the same day that the fucking president and his wife left the fucking country, uh, they scheduled a meeting for July 9th called a Sunshine Act meeting where they're going to discuss Title 52 voting and elections. This comes just 3 days after January 6th, where I'm guessing they don't fucking certify the election, because on January 3rd, this Republican House of fucking this island of misfit toys is going to fail to elect a Republican Speaker of the House. So this whole time we've been looking for something substantial. We've been talking about breadcrumbs. This is concrete. 369. January 9th. Mm-hmm. 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 So yeah, a lot of people. I'm excited. I don't know if you can fucking tell, Because like for the record, I have been fucking saying that the whole time. I have been saying this the whole time. Like my shit ass was saying this like 24 hours after the election. I was like, this shit's fucked. Like, there's no fucking way. Like I said, here are some facts for you, okay? There's 240 people in here. I want why wait to prove fraud. Oh, Morpheus Maximus, why wait to prove fraud? You got to wait until they commit a crime. This isn't Minority Report where you get to punish people because you thought they were going to do some shit. No, like they actually got to do it. Which is certifying. It's already happened. All the certificates of ascertainment have been turned in. So that's Pennsylvania and Connecticut a day late. Alasia said 369 is special in numerology for manifestation. Well, hey, this shit's real, though. Could it flip Congress, too? Fuck yeah, V. Fuck yeah, V. The truth always comes out. You goddamn right. Could they be arrested? Honey. Rasta, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Hey, listen, I know there's a lot of people in here that don't look like me, right? That are women, that are people of color, that you're used to the fucking justice system not working. I'm fucking telling you, the DOJ always gets its fucking man, though. You need to read about the U.S. history against organized crime and gangs. You have to understand the DOJ don't miss. They're batting 1,000. Like, I know it doesn't feel like it. And I know it feels like a lot of motherfuckers would get away with a lot of shit, but y'all don't understand civil asset forfeiture as a result of a RICO. Like y'all don't understand what racketeering and organized crime charges and a RICO fucking does on all these billionaires trying to buy our elections and shit. Yeah. Sue said DOJ and Lotus be cooking, yo. Yeah. There's a reason that she is going to be the president. It's because she's a fucking prosecutor. This is her goddamn lifeblood. This is what the fuck she wakes up every morning gassed up just like me for. Oh, Goldie, it ain't no wishful thinking, baby. Not no more. We've been eating breadcrumbs. We are off breadcrumbs. We're on whole ass sandwiches. The President of the United States and the First Lady are on their way to fucking Virgin Islands on the same day that the Sunshine Meeting is scheduled to discuss Title 52 voting in elections just 3 days after a failed certification of an election, which is going to fucking happen because on January 3rd, the Republican House is going to fail to elect a Speaker of the House. You can fucking book it, Dano. And they ain't just going to give it to the Democrats, not with Elon and fucking Donald Trump in the mix and Mike Johnson and all them fucking maggots. They're not just going to give that shit to a Democrat. So fuck no, they're not going to elect a Speaker of the House. Because it's remote and safe. Jojo. It's a U.S. territory. Republicans are running out of people to blame for their failures. Dun dun dun. Yep. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. So... And I know y'all ain't seen this shit anywhere else because I haven't seen a single comment where somebody's like, "Bappa is all over this," and it's just like, nah, they ain't on my level. The thing about it is because there's gonna be people that are like, "Why are you fighting with those people?" Because they're much bigger accounts and they're bullying me. They think that they can steal from me and that there's no repercussions. And now I blocked them all. That means that they have to create alts to consume my content. And now I change my format of my podcast. So the first fucking half hour, I'm just eating your time. Yeah. Yeah. And so instead of trying to create a partnership and us work together, they stole from me, band together, and decided to bully me and say, we're going to steal your content and there's nothing you can do about it. And they are reaching out to other big creators to continue to band together. So it's Gia Prism, CJ, and Raw are now band together. And they've all got much bigger accounts. All their content it is paid. So everything they post, the likes, the shares, the comments, they all make them money. And so if you're repeating what I'm saying and using the sources that I'm providing in my podcast and you don't just attribute it to me, you're stealing that information from me. And if you're making money off of that information that you're stealing from me, that's my money too. You understand? So there's people out there that are like, oh, why aren't you just being nice? Why aren't you being nice? And it's like, I am being fucking nice. I just block them. and I change the format of my content, and I intentionally fuck up now in my content, and I want to make sure that I fuck with you. Your IP theft. I'm fucking with that now. No, but I have a lawyer. My best friend is a lawyer, and I've already been to an IP lawyer. I've already done that. I know exactly what I'm doing. I haven't. Here's what they haven't done. They haven't copied it word for word. But they didn't communicate with me and ask me if they could attribute it. They didn't duet me. They didn't put me on their shit at all because they didn't want to draw attention to this. The people that are already making money off their content, they don't want to lose money to me because I'm up early. I'm posting first. I'm about to hit 10,000 followers. Geoprism, Empress CJ, and Raw Cognizance. If you don't state your sources, I'm just going to block you and make it very difficult for you to steal my content. Okay. So I appreciate you all. Make sure I'm getting really close to 10,000 followers. So, hey, and I know people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it's happening. It's happened at every job I've ever had. You know, my dad told me when I was a little kid, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room because people are just going to use you. And it's fucking true. Every job I've ever had, the person that was in charge of me realized like he's pretty sharp. And they'd ask me for stuff and they keep asking me for stuff and they keep asking me what I think and they keep asking me for information and things keep changing that we are talking about, but he's never putting us in a room and saying he's giving me the idea. He's really smart and he's not afraid to speak his mind. And he will always speak in candor. And when you have other people in an environment that they're just used to stealing, they're used to stealing without attribution and being able to do whatever the fuck they want with no consequences, and there are consequences here. But I'm going to start by just blocking them. And I'm also going to change the format of my podcast so if they're sitting in my live podcast while I'm dilly-dallying, they're not making money off of me. Thanks, Betsy. I am better. I am much better than them. Because I'm not hypersexualizing my content, I'm not stealing content, and I'm actually doing the research. We're in my podcast, dear. It's called Justice's Waiting Room. We're broadcasting live on YouTube and TikTok. That's about the second or third time you've said that, and other people have commented, yes, Chicken Little, so I don't understand why you keep posting that. Raw Cognizance, Empress CJJ, and Geoprism. Okay? Hell yeah. She said Colts, Boilermakers, Pacers. You better fucking believe it. I haven't seen her credit Jared when I know she isn't. Yeah. So these people aren't doing their own research. They aren't citing sources. They're straight up stealing from me. And they're not putting the research they did in their comments. They aren't saying, "Hey, this person reported and broke this first." So understand that what I'm doing is very, very intelligent work. I am telling you that these things are connected, and it's going to take hours now for someone else to reproduce this material on that front. Yeah, I think that she could be AI, she could be a bot. Yeah, because again, no communication. Hmm. Yeah. So. Mm-mm. And you wanna see something that lets you know they're onto him? Look at his post on Christmas. So I know everybody's like, man, Donald Trump's gonna be president, shit. Like, man, ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Okay? I want you to look. I want you to look at this post on Christmas. Okay? Yeah, yeah, yeah. The President of the United States and First Lady are on their way to the U.S. Virgin Islands, which is remote and secure, and it's a U.S. territory. And Kamala Harris is still at the White House. A fucking week. A week. She has spent a week instead of being in L.A., instead of being in San Fran or whatever. Instead of being there, she's in Washington D.C. and she ain't got no meetings today. And also today, this meeting is scheduled for January 9th, called the Sunshine Act meeting, to discuss Title 52, voting and elections. Go read Donald Trump's Christmas post. Here, I'm going to read it to you, and then I think we're done. I think we're done, right? Are we done in like 10 minutes? Yeah. We got, hey, my brain was like, you've been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes. Bam! So, I'm going to read Donald Trump's Christmas message, and you tell me if he thinks his ass is grass or not. For the record, it's like 6 tweets long on one fucking post on Truth Social. Okay? So think about the length. This is a single post on Truth Social. It's 1,000 words. Are you ready? I'm going to read it. I can't do a Donald Trump impression, so I'm just going to read it. Merry Christmas to all, including the wonderful soldiers of China who are lovingly but illegally operating the Panama Canal, where we lost 38,000 people in its building 110 years ago. Always making certain that the United States puts in billions of dollars in repair money, but will have absolutely nothing to say about anything. Hey, that's a tweet. For anyone else, that's a tweet. This is like 6 of them in one. Look. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. That's what I read. That was the tweet. Look at all this shit. Do you know what we call that? We call that a fucking meltdown. You understand? That is a fucking meltdown. Every day of the week. I only read the first part. I'm gonna read the rest. I have to like unfurl and shit after every one because it's like I feel like I'm getting fucking old, right? Okay, so also, and keep in mind, not my words. This is what Donald Trump said on Christmas. He said this shit into his phone. He's unhinged and losing his shit. Thank you. How the fuck are the Chinese operating the fucking Panama Canal? Is that even fucking true? I don't even think that's true. Right? Am I wrong? The soldiers of China are not operating the fucking Panama Canal. That's a fucking lie, right? Anyway. The Chinese are working on it. Okay, so they're fucking fixing the shit? Like, my God. All right. Okay. Here's the next part. It's gonna get bat shittier. Yeah, I know he owes back taxes to Panama. I know. Every accusation is a confession, and he owes money. That's why he's fucking with Panama. Okay, they have a concept of lovingly working on it. All right, they have a couple ports there. Yeah, all right. Apparently, they bought property near. Of course they did. Do you also see he's stiffing? Anyway, we gotta fucking read this shit. Okay, we gotta read this shit. Okay, so after he says that shit about China, okay, he says also to Governor Justin Trudeau of Canada, whose citizens' taxes are far too high. But if Canada was to become our 51st state, their taxes would be cut by more than 60%. Their business would immediately double in size. That's a big pump, Donnie. And they would be militarily protected like no other country anywhere in the world. We're going to stop there. Okay. In the comments, why do you think he's attacking Canada? Why do you think he's attacking Canada? Yes, I'm married, Cat Cat. Happily. Why do you think he's attacking Canada? Foreign investigation into elections. Okay. Because Canada is going to put out a foreign interference in elections report. Canada is our ally. They monitored our election. Justin Trudeau is going to submit a public report along the lines of what was submitted to Avril, the director of the Department of National Intelligence. So there's a reason he keeps attacking fucking Canada, and that's because they're going to out him. Publicly. Like they're going to produce a report on him as it refers to the election. That's coming out anyway. And there's a reason they were trying to get Trudeau to step down is because they thought if Trudeau steps down, there's no report. But he said he's not stepping the fuck down. Yeah. That's why he started going off. And Justin Trudeau really went down there to be like, "Hey man, like are you fucking for real?" Like, yeah. Okay? Yes. People are talking about Article 4, Article 5. We're not even there yet. We're still talking about Donnie's fucking meltdown on fucking TikTok or on Truth Social. Okay? So, likewise, we're going to read the next part. Likewise, to the people of Greenland, which is needed by the United States for national security purposes and who want the U.S. to be there, and we will. I just want, this is a tale as old as time. Stupid people think Greenland is green and habitable. I'm going to say it a fuck again. In case you are misunderstood about some shit. And you're racking your fucking brain trying to figure out why is Donald Trump fucking why is he talking about Greenland? Because he's stupid. Did you hear the fucking pin drop? Because he's fucking dumb. Like, Greenland's not habitable. It's fucking permafrost. Why the fuck do we need that? What are you going to put there? Not people! You fuck! And I heard someone say it's because Donald Trump knows that there's that climate change is real and that land's going to be valuable as permafrost melts. And fucking no! No! You don't want people to live there. How does that have anything to do with national security? They dropped my live? No, I'm still on my live. Who's S&M? I don't know who that is. Okay, so he went after Greenland. Okay. Okay. And it's an uninhabitable permafrost. How is that good for national security? What can you put there? Nothing. Okay, he's fucking crazy. He's lost his goddamn mind. He said a natural gas pipeline. Sure. That has nothing to do with national security. Nice try, Jim. So the next page of his unhinged rant was Merry Christmas to the radical left lunatics who are constantly trying to obstruct our court system and our elections and are always going after the great citizens and patriots of the United States, but in particular, their political opponent, me. They know that their only chance of survival is getting pardons from a man who has absolutely no idea what he's doing. I just want to point out Donald Trump said that on Christmas about Joe Biden. Every accusation is a confession. Also, to the 37 most violent criminals who killed, raped, and plundered like virtually no one before them, but were just given incredibly a pardon by sleepy Joe Biden, I refuse to wish Merry Christmas to those lucky souls, but instead will say, go to hell. We had the greatest election in the history of our country. A bright light is now shining over the USA, and in 26 days we will make America great again. Merry Christmas. Okay? He said all of that. 2 full pages on fucking Christmas. He went after China and Panama. He went after Justin Trudeau, fucking Greenland, the radical left, the fucking Joe Biden, and goddamn the people that Joe Biden pardoned. Or he commuted sentences. He basically 37 people on death row. He made them have life sentences instead. Okay. For the record, people have asked me why. Well, let's stop here. Not no Teo obeying. Let the mods know. That sucks. Brasher and S&M. Make sure that you post in the Discord. Make sure they know your information. Yeah, so for the record, that was it. That's a stupid question. He blocked me. Who asked a stupid question? Who's he? I am him. I ain't blocked nobody. But trust me, by the time I go to block you, somebody else has already beat me to it. Oh, you mentioned Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, you were. You posted a couple messages trying to get me to talk about Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky tried to proposition, or Donald Trump tried to proposition Wayne Gretzky into getting into politics and saying like, "You be the greatest fucking Canadian politician ever." Might have blocked anyone. That's wild. Yeah, there's whoa. Hmm. Yeah, like I'm not on my naughty. Yeah, I didn't block the person asking about Wayne Gretzky. I just didn't think it was nearly as important as what I was doing. It was reading fucking. Yeah, I'm blipped on us. Yeah. So by the way, don't be surprised at the amount of suppression on this application as it refers to first year free speech. Chicken Little said Denmark says the U.S. is for sale. Yeah, because I mean, right now it appears like our elections are for sale, right? People are pretty straightforward. Seems like our elections are for sale. When they gonna do something about Alonia? He's gonna get his. You know what I mean? So hey, we have songs we start with and songs we end with. Okay. And again, unlike every other podcast that you've ever heard about, okay, make sure that you like this shit, share this shit, and follow me. I'm getting real close to 10,000. Okay. Here's. He said, love the invokes that boiler down. It's wild. Uncouth. Um, we always end with a classic, and that's Aerosmith's "Eat the Rich." Okay, got to learn how to relate. Get right, baby, with the wrong key. Oh, yo. Cassandra, also Donald Trump and Elon Musk are needing friends in the pen, right? When they plea out of their death sentence. You're welcome. Thank you. Because I'm not making you listen to it, Linda. I posted a link to the YouTube video for that song, and you can listen to it on your own. About how many bills? I'm sick of all your bitching about your poodles and your pills. I'm sick of seeing the future without so well alive. I think I can do more for you with this here fucking life. Eat the